Alright, morning everyone, how you going? It's been a busy week. I haven't put any videos out, just we've been way too busy to muck around filming. So I'll give you an update and then we're going to get into the fixing of the scooter again, third time lucky, hopefully. We'll see how we go. I'll give you a rundown on that quick. So I'm expecting the control boards to come today, so it's for this one, adding a second battery to it. The bag came in last week, so I've got a better bag than this stupid one here, so that'll work better. What I've got to do now is charge both batteries up full when you connect them, because I'm not going to use that balance box that's in there anymore. I'm going to use just a normal wire lead. I'm going to make my own up out of my little connectors here, and they have to be exactly the same voltage when you connect them. You can do a bit of damage if they're not, so we'll flip that over, put it on the operating table, and get into that today as well. But yeah, and also charge those batteries up. So I've got two boards coming just in case. Pretty much I've got one more chance to make this work with a wire lead with the batteries at the same voltage. If that works, then sweet. If that blows another controller, then I've got the second controller to go in, and it's going to go back to stock with no battery, and I'll sell that second battery there. Pick this up. I actually got it. I'm sure you can buy it from anywhere. I've got the single. It's exactly the same as this one. That's only got the one light on it. This has got three. Really good. I actually got it from Shein. The stuff they sell is pretty. It was only like $7 too. Pretty good. Been buying some shirts and stuff from there because I just can't find any shirts around here that I like. So I got that. I actually got some thermals. I don't think they're in here. No, they're inside still. Some thermals for when I ride my bike in winter. Gets a bit cold. They're like a black lycra thing, but they're actually insulated. So you put them on and then put shorts over the top, and at least keeps your legs warm. So all good. We had our tile re-grouted again. We've had nothing but dramas with that shower, but it looked like it's starting to leak out. Yeah, we've had nothing but issues with that shower. So the guys that come and did it about 4 years ago did it with an epoxy grout, and it started to flake down the bottom a little bit. It was cracking from where the floor meets the wall. So the guy came around, he goes, that's a bit weird because it was a very, very small joint. He said they shouldn't have used grout on that. That should have been a silicone joint. So he's ripped all the whole square out from the base. He's taken all the silicone out from the shower screen, and he's re-siliconed everything. So hopefully now it should last. He said buy some of this stuff. He uses a different one. It's like $40 for a tin. This was only $20 from Bunnings. But he said, yeah, get anything really. It's all the same stuff. And every year, he said it lasts a few years, but just do it every year. And he said just keep an eye on the silicone, and when that starts to go hard and yellow, change it. And he did recommend Dunlop silicone. You can actually buy it from Bunnings. He reckons that's pretty good. That's what they use. So I'm going to get some of that, but that's not for years down the track. Went to my favourite cleaning shop, Brisclean in Malaga, and picked up that disinfectant hospital grade. I did write it down. It's already come off. $30 for that. 5 litres. It's a concentrate, and it smells exactly almost the same as that bubblegum stuff that I use for the dogs. Can almost not tell the difference. So yeah, we did get a fair bit of rain on Monday, Tuesday, can't remember when it was. So while it was just coming in the rain, I gave that grass a good disinfectant, sprayed it everywhere. It was like snow. And then pretty much for the rest of the day, about 20 minutes after I finished, it just rained and rained for the rest of the day, and it just stayed all nice and foamy and everything. So that's not smelling. That grass is sweet now, so that's all good. And then that stuff's from Brains, liquid chlorine. That's how much I use to do the whole house in my snow foam cannon for cleaning the car. We literally sprayed. My missus had the week off, and she's been helping us do a heap of work around the house. I had a couple of days off, and we caught up on all the jobs. So I sprayed all the walls, all the floors, this veranda, the whole shed, that fence, all the way down the house. That limestone wall goes all the way down. If you don't spray it, it goes black with mould, and algae, not algae, what's called moss and stuff grows on it. So that kills all that. Did all this, all down here, all around the front, every garage door, everything. So yeah, all nice and clean. And then we did the gutters. got up on the ladder. I didn't go on the roof, just on the ladder, and flushed all the gutters out. You can see we have not one tree that would ever blow leaves into our gutters, but the amount of dust that we get in this house, I've complained about. You can see it on the table. I only just done the table, and you can see the dust. Hopefully you can see it in the camera, but yeah, in the sun there, you can see the dust. That's only after 2 days. I know it doesn't help that it's a black glass table, but yeah, it's a lot of dust. Anyway, it all accumulates on the roof, gets washed into the gutters, builds up a thick layer. Moss algae starts growing in it, and it's really bad. So I do it every 1 to 2 years. I think it's been about 1.5 years since I've done it. I'm going to keep on top of it because it did take a bit. I had to use the shower. I just used that hose there, that hose gun, but I used my big hose to get right around. I used the shower function on it to kind of push everything down, and then I turned it over to jet, and the jet actually cleaned the actual gutter, the stuff that was stuck down to it. So maybe 60% of it, 70% came off with the shower, flushed it down the downpipes wherever it goes to, and then the rest of it was with the jet, and it ate in and, you know, cleaned the rest down. I did get a rag on some of them. I didn't need it on all of them, but I did need it on this one, and that middle downpipe, I think it was. So I'll flush it as much as I can, then put a rag to block it, and then go the other way and flush it back, and then everything hits the rag and goes down that downpipe, and not miss it and come back down here and to where I've just cleaned. So that worked out all right. We got the so that one there is not solar panels. Well, they are solar panels, but not for electricity. That's to heat water up. So we've got a solar hot water system, but it's gas boosted. So we've got a storage tank around the other side of the house, so that stores hot water from the solar. But if we have 3 days where it's cloudy, not much sun, then the instantaneous gas, it kicks in. So you're never without hot water. You don't have to turn anything on or off. It's really good. So clean that down, and then I got up. Normally I stand on this lower part of limestone, but I actually got up to the higher one and cleaned all those panels, and you should have seen it. It was just like black rain coming off it. So they're definitely going to produce a little bit more power over winter now. Got a heap of, we went stupid. We went to IKEA and Bunnings, and I'll show you in the house, but yeah, we'll do the update. We'll do the update. We'll go for a walk in the house, but that's about it. Oh, we done the garden too. I don't know if you could see. So we trimmed back all the plants. We moved some around. There was some that were the same, that were next to each other, so we just spread them out a little bit. We've mulched from there to there. I got 4 bags of mulch, and that's all it did. So I'm going to have to go back. I found another place. Bunnings is a bit expensive for mulch if you buy it by the bag. So I found another place that normally sells it by the trailer, but they do sell it by the bag as well. And I'll probably get another 3 bags, and I think that'll do that section there. So yeah, that lawnmower I took back to Bunnings, the Azito one. I took that back to Bunnings. Just said, look, I don't use it. You know, lawn doesn't cut, whatever like that. No worries. And I actually swapped it and got a bit of money back, and got a chainsaw. The only reason I got a chainsaw, I was going to get a hedge trimmer, and it was only a little one. It was about the same price. That was $10 more than the hedge trimmer, and I was going to use a hedge trimmer to trim these plants, but I thought, especially that one is quite thick. This one here. So this one's quite thick, and the hedge trimmer's not going to cut through that. There was another one. I think we actually ripped it out, that one, and there was one here. Even those ones are quite thick. So I thought, bugger it, I'm just going to buy a chainsaw and use the chainsaw as a hedge trimmer. So that worked well. You just got to be careful you don't put the blades in the sand and damage them. We also got these posts. I just bought they're $10 for 1.8 meters of that copper log, whatever you call it. And I'm trying to encourage, I've got some oil on there to encourage the dogs to do their business on that pole. Alfie's pretty good. You can actually see it's wet. He's just done one. He shines it in the garden there. The little one, just stupid. So he's in there now. Get out of the garden, mate. Hey, off. Good boy. He just does it wherever. He normally does it in this section, but he does it on the grass. Doesn't even lift his leg, so lazy. Anyway, that's the dogs. Yeah, what else? We clean this, clean all the glass. I haven't done the inside of the glass, I've only done the outside. And then in here, in here we got, we're actually getting quotes to get that attic storage put in. So what we're going to do is I'm not doing it, but this area, because there's no air conditioning here, there's no air conditioning here. The first aircon is this return vent just here, and there's no aircon here, and then there's aircon in this room. So kind of from here to there, and all of the garage is all uninterrupted roof space. Anything that way has just got massive ducting, and there's just crap in the way too much. So here you can actually walk with your head down a little bit, but it's free space. So I'm going to get them to come and put a thing here that you know, like a ladder or stairs come down. And I think for what we're seeing, you get about 10 square meters of space. So we'll see how we go with that. And if I need more, I'm going to go to Bunnings and buy some plywood. And at least by that stage, the stairs are in and there's 10 square meters of floor space up there. And I can just go up there and just make it bigger if I need to. And then when we've kind of got the space that we want, I'll get some real thick builder's plastic and I'll just enclose it myself with the staple gun and just run some plastic around. So yeah, that should be good. Service the Commodore, I did a video about that, but that's good. There's no oil underneath it, which means all the oil is still in the engine. So completed that task favourably, I suppose. And the Torana is sold. The guy rang me Friday and asked if I would accept an offer, which wasn't too far off what I was asking. And he rang me back about 20 minutes later and he said, yep, the guy's accepted that. He's accepted me accepting the offer, if that makes sense. So yeah, the guy put in an offer that was under what I was asking. The guy at the car place there rang me and said, would you accept that? I said, yes. Then he rang that guy back and says, yes, he's accepted your offer. Then he's sent over a deposit, I think about $2,000 for a deposit, and sign a contract. So that's all good. So the only thing is, he's an older fella and he's not computer savvy, and he's got to pull money out of his superannuation, which is like your retirement fund, which you have access to once you're 67, I think. Once you're 67 or something like that, you can pull money out of it and do what you want. Buy a caravan, go around Australia, buy Torana, whatever you want to do. So that's what he's doing, buying a Torana. So yeah, so it might take a couple of weeks, but anyway, that's pretty much 99% done. He got a report done. The guy was really impressed with the report. For how old it is, there's like nothing wrong with it. It was pretty much, there was nothing wrong with it, except he just pointed out a few things, like it's got wide tyres, the battery's in the boot, it's not a standard diff, it's not this, it's not that. He did pick up a lot of things, but nothing wrong, which was good. So yeah, me and the old man spent a few hours before we got rid of it to go through it, make sure everything was working. There was 2 oil leaks, I think, one in the rear main seal and one on the gearbox. And 50-year-old car, that's accepted. And it's not a lot. I've been monitoring it over the years and it's nothing. So all good. Oh, and then in this room, actually this video I'll turn into an update video because it's getting a bit long, and we'll do the scooter in another video. Used to have a thing there with a printer on it. We got rid of that, turned this into a jungle. That's just from Bunnings. Not all Bunnings sell them. We had to go to a special Bunnings to buy that plant. 1.8 meters high, pretty good. The printer's wireless, so there is no point in having it in this room. It's like the smallest room in the house apart from the toilet, taking up massive space. Hardly use it, and if we need it, I'll show you where it is, but it's wireless, so you can just use it, print to it, turns itself on, prints everything. I'll just make sure these dogs aren't doing anything no, they're outside. Cool. Nothing in that room, I don't think. No, nothing in our bedroom, but yeah, that changed. I'm trying to remember. It was a really jam-packed week. Nothing in there. Cleaned up in here. No, nothing else. All good in here. This turned into a shambles because we had to pull everything out of this room. And what we've done, this room's still a bit messy, but we used to have a bed in here. And you know, like a bed takes up what a bed takes up. It was just a double bed, but it was just a spare bed in case somebody slept over. We've had it probably 6 years and it's been used probably 2 nights. And I said to the missus, I said, let's just get rid of it. We're not using it. It's taken up a heap of space that we could be using for other things. This is half the reason we're going to get the attic space, because this room, it doesn't look it, but it's pretty jam-packed. We've got all sorts of stuff in here. We actually bought those vacuum space bags from IKEA and put some doonas in there. So yeah, if we sold the bed. Pretty much got our money back on the bed because they've actually gone up in price since we bought it 5 years ago. So yeah, we pretty much got our money back on the bed and pretty much swapped it and got that folds out to a bed. So it folds out to the same size bed as what we had. So it's a couch and then a fold out bed if you need it. Printer's here now, so that's all good. Fixed up, there was a heap of cracks. I didn't paint. I was going to paint, but I hate painting and I don't even want to do one room. But there was heap of cracks around that cornice there, so fixed all that up with a bit of caulking, cleaned the window and the windowsill up, never cleaned, there was dead flies in there and all that. Still got my scooter to sell. I'm keeping this bike in here for now because it's just in the way in the shed. So yeah, so it all came up pretty good. That's the cleaning cart, if you remember that. I think that was my first video I've ever put up, was bastardising that cart there to take some cleaning stuff, but that works really well. I'll just keep it in there. I got rid of my 3D printers as well, so they're in here now, in the laundry. Was going to put them in the shed, but it's probably best. We don't use that space anyway, so we'll just leave it in there. Oh yeah, so that reed diffuser. So Mrs. wanted a fresh linen, clean linen, I don't know, that smell that you got, candle to light, and we couldn't find one. She searched everywhere, they were out of stock everywhere. So I said, well, buy a reed diffuser, because they were there at Target, of clean linen, and I'll make you a candle. So there it is. So now I'm a candle maker. Works all right, and it smells really good. So all we did was bought, can't even remember how many mils it was. Hang on, I think someone's here. She comes pretty early, the lady that does the packages. Nah, the dogs would have lost it anyway. So yeah, just bought a $4 candle from Big Dub, I think it was, or Kmart, can't remember. Melted it down in the pot, poured it in there, put the wick that was in there, and then while it was a liquid, I just poured the clean linen oil in from the reed diffuser, half in that one. I actually made 2, there's another one over there. The only thing is the wick is not big enough. So what I've been doing some research, and this wick I used was for a small candle, and because this is so thick, the wick is burning down quicker than what the wax is going. So it kind of eventually, after a couple of hours, it sinks in, and the flame just goes out because the wax kind of overtakes the wick. So I've ordered off AliExpress a wick kit, and I'm actually going to go, because yeah, it's not as simple. I mean, it's not hard, but you have to glue the wick down the bottom with this special thing. You glue it there, that way it stays in the middle, and then you need to center it here until it dries. You can't put this in the fridge to make it dry. Ask me how I know. Because it dries too quickly, and then the wax shrinks and then makes a massive hole in the middle. And I've already remelted that one 2 or 3 times to get it properly, but yeah, I just don't have the proper wick. So when I get those proper wicks, I'm probably going to remelt these 2, and then she's got some smaller jars. These are a litre, I think, or 900ml, 800ml. It does say here. I can't really tell. It might be. Oh, here we go. 200, 500. Hang on. So 455, 600ml. They're 600ml. So she must have some 300ml ones, and she said they're half the size of that. So that's what I'm going to do. So rather than have 2 big ones, I'm going to have 3 little ones, and see how that goes. But yeah, see how that goes. So actually, it wasn't too hard to make. The longest bit is just waiting for the wax to melt. But yeah, at least you can make whatever flavour you want. I've got some ideas on some new scents for a garage, if that makes sense. But I'll keep it quiet until I do it, because it might not turn out. So we'll see how we go. Yeah, and that's about it really. House, I think we're going to find out this week, but we got some emails on Friday about the house being approved by council. So I think we're good there. I can hear doors closing like a van, but it's definitely not her, no. Okay. Anyway, that's 20 minutes, that's enough. Yeah, like I said, nothing in there. We did clean out our wardrobe. We got a built-in wardrobe thing. We cleaned all that out, but yeah, it was just dusty, that's all. No, we didn't really rearrange anything. But yeah, good news about the Torana. That's taken a weight off my shoulders because I was really worried about that. I actually saw a post on the Aussie Nissan Z forum that one guy ordered in December last year, which is when I ordered. And he said late December, which is I ordered on the 28th of December, and he just got word from his dealer that it's getting made. His car's getting made in May and delivered in August. So that's pretty cool. So I'm hoping, because I ordered the same time, that we're going to be on the same boat. He's over east, I'm over here, but they're not going to do a boat to come to WA and then a boat to over east. They'll just do a big round trip. So yeah, it'll be on the same boat. So, but hopefully mine has made it in that allocation. But yeah, I'm actually going to call the dealer because he did say to let him know when I sold my car. So that way he knows that I've got the cash ready to go and he can kind of put a bit of a pump on it a little bit. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll zip up there after work one day this week and go and have a look. But yeah, I think we'll get back onto the scooter. So I'll start pulling that apart. Pull it apart. I'm gonna make a coffee. Pull the scooter apart again. Disconnect everything. Take that balance box out of it. While it's open, I'll make up a wire lead and have the batteries charging both of them to full. That's the easy. You don't have to fully charge them as long as they're both the same voltage. Fully charged, I think, is 42 volts. But if you've got them both at 36 volts, then that's cool. You can do that as well. You just can't connect them at different voltages. But the easiest way to make sure they're at exactly the same voltage is to just fully charge them, and then they'll be at their full voltage, both of them, because they're both the same battery. So that's what I'll do, is I'll just whack them on charge, and that's the easiest way then. Yeah, make the wire lead up, connect it all back, and it'll work on the bench. It pooped itself when I went for a ride, so it's got something to do with the load. I don't know, it's got to be something to do with that black box, because I've been doing a bit of research, and one guy's got the exact same scooter. He's done it with a wire lead, and he's had 2,000 kilometers or 1,800 kilometers or something like that, and he's never had an issue with it. So yeah, so we'll see how we go with that anyway. But yeah, coffee time, and then we'll get into that scooter vid. But yeah, I'll keep this video separate to that, so all good. We'll see you on the scooter vid.